Right then, welcome back to Van Helsing, as you see the title of the name. Now, last time on mission 3, we were in the library. Well, Van Helsing was in the library because I don't go to the library and read books. I'm pretty sure Van Helsing doesn't read books either. So, as you can hear that sound, that means enemies are ahead, but we're not dealing with that right now. So, if that comes along, don't worry about that. As well as, of course, in the library, which would have been involving just a room with a load of books, and as well as with a door that you would have gone through to get into the library, as well as find a way of getting out of the library, which was involving finding one bookshelf for you to stand by and press the triangle for Van Helsing to make it rock and eventually tumble over. But before you ever do that, and before I did do that, I showed you there was a ladder that you can get the saws to smack into it and make it move. As well as when you do that, you'll make a vase smash and allow you to find a life increaser for you to grab hold of. Also, when you go through that hole where the bookshelf would have tumbled over, you'll find another room with like a nice, very skinny path for you to just walk straight through, as well as find a load of statues that you could smash with the saws to get some green god symbol that you can easily get hold of, as well as find another statue in the middle that would have a little circle thing in its arms to hold it up into place, as well as it would have something on top of it, which would have been a speed boost that you could grab hold of. So there was that you can grab hold of. As well as when you move a little bit towards it, the sound will pick up just like you heard just a few seconds ago, just like this. And you would have heard that, and we had to find some skeletons to kill, basically. As well as another path when you done the statue, where it had a speed boost on top of it when it was holding its, well, had its arms to hold it up. As well as when you move towards the left of that side, when you come from one side of the corner to turn towards another, where you would have saw me smash some more boxes and also fire up some more skeletons and make yourself find a door that you can go through. But before I did go through the door, I slid across some step balconies for Van Helsing to slide down, as well as allow you to know that you can grab some green god symbol. As well as before I went through the door, I went back towards a corner on the right where you would have saw a symbol that I said that there's something behind it, as well as when I allow you to know you could smash it and destroy it with the shotgun, which is what I did. And also what was there was a cheat, which was a colour body, so I grabbed that, as well as go through the door to continue. Also, don't forget that I said about mission 3, when you finish mission 3, you can't go back through the door where you would have found the cheat that was the colour body, as well as you couldn't go back to the library where you would have found the life increaser from. So you can't go back there if you finish mission 3. But just remember that they were there. As well as if you did forget about them, you can easily finish the game and go back and go and get them. So that's a reminder. As well as after I have grabbed those two things, I went into another room on the opposite side where the door was. There was another cheat, as well as the cheat was in a little gap. That was another cheat. That was called MELEE, which is to do with the saws that can be massive that I showed you. As well as when you get to a gap, you would have found a weapon that you could grab hold of. But before I did pick up each one of those two things that I mentioned, was that I was fighting up against some owls. And I showed you that you can destroy owls with the shotgun. But also I said that you could also grab the new weapon for you to do a good load of damage to the owls if you wanted to. If you're an expert of surviving and killing all the owls with a shotgun or the pistols, which is what I did, was destroy the owls with a shotgun and stayed alive. And also I did show you there was a statue that had a circle thing, and I said you had to do something with it. As well as you need something which should allow the gate to open. You would have saw when I came through that archway door, you would have saw a ghost going straight through the gate, and then you saw Van Helsing pull the gate, say, "Oh, it's fucking locked, great." And you kept tugging it to flicking try and open it, but it won't work, will it? Not with your muscles. If you had strong muscles to try and rip things off, but Van Helsing hasn't got it in him. So after that, you saw the owls turn up, and I used the shotgun and destroy them. And then afterwards, I went down another platform, which was a little slope, where you would have found a life increaser that you could grab hold of. But I didn't pick that up, as well as I said that you could grab hold of it or you can come back for it. As well as the cheat, you could go back and go and get it if you didn't pick it up, which was where the weapon was. But still, you needed the weapon, which is a crossbow, to allow an arrow to hit a circle that the statue is holding, to allow the arrow to hit it and open up the gate, which would take you to another location for another enemy you could fight up against, which was some ghosty screaming bitches, as well as where they can chuck a load of wind by spinning around and allow the wind to knock some health out of Van Helsing if you're not very careful. As well as in that place, that there was a building that had a wooden bit in the window that was hiding something. And I did say that if you do shoot the wooden beam through the window to break a bit of wood out, you would have found a life increaser, as well as if you do not pick the flicking life increaser up, which is what you'll find, and you just went straight back through the gate that you came into that area, or either go to another place where you would have found some water that flows through another area, and you went through that, and you said, "Oh shit, there was a life increaser down by that window wooden thing that I smashed," and you go back to it, and I said, it disappears. So make sure you grab that, because, yeah, a couple of weeks ago or so, and I thought, I'll tell you what, I'll have a couple of practices just to remember. And when I went to it, fuck, it disappeared. So I'll do a couple of recordings and say to you about, if you ever do just that, walk in one place and back through the other way, where you shoot the wooden bit out of the window and find the life increaser in there, and then just go through back and forward those two locations where they lead, and the thing will disappear. So I did that, and then once I picked up the life increaser, I went through the water bit and continued on, where you would have saw me fight up against some stone flying vampires, and sorted those out and pulled Van Helsing up onto another high point to another place, which would allow you to find some ghostly vampire bitches for you to kill, as well as before I did allow those to come alive, I said about there was some statues by a piece in the middle that I said about there's some enemies there, and I was saying to you, don't worry, they won't come alive. And so I said that, and it saved you a little hassle of panicking too much. So when you did know that I said that, you can move forward towards the left or right a little bit, where you can send 2 ghostly scream bitches. And the way to do that was just to kill one, and then another one will turn up and kill that one as well, and then move to another corner where you can alert another 2 by killing one of them, and then kill another one for each one of those to just turn up after one that's been died to the other, and then go around another corner of the statue with a tall piece in the middle with the stone statues that are standing on either side of the piece in the middle, which is like a shape of a square, and then you'll find another 2 screaming ghostly bitches for you to kill one after the other. But if you did go from one side of it and around the other side, you'll send one that will come from one corner and one from the other corner. We had to kill one of them, but the other one could easily sneak right behind you and hit you with the wind. And so that's one reason why you want to just stay in one corner first and then do one after the other, and then just keep going until they're all gone, because there are 6 of them. As well as once you dealt with them, there was a piece in the middle of the square bit which had a symbol on it, and I said about you couldn't destroy it, so we couldn't do nothing about that. And so you had to get on top of the square bit, which where you would have saw a statue in the middle that had his fingers crossed and praying to God about certain things, because I was saying a couple of things that he might have thought about, but obviously he thought the wrong thing, because basically what you had to do, get the swords and smash it and make his head fall off, as well as make a nice little bridge for you to get across to another court, into another location, which is where you would have found another enemy, which would be a new one, which will be some metal whacking statues. No, not statues. Metal figures with their own whacking sticks that can knock your health out. And once I dealt with them, I stood on another piece in the corner of the right side somewhere, where you had to hop on top of there and then find your grapple hook with an orange colour pointing somewhere on the corner of the screen to let you know you can swing yourself across onto another platform that would have something on it, which would have been another cheat, which was called Plain World. And so you would have found 3 cheats, 2 life increases, as well as 1 person that you can be up against, which is what I did last time on my cordon, which was Igor. And I used a crossbow to knock his health down, as well as when you stop fighting up against him, you can always find 2 barrels on the corner of the screen that you could find when you're in the middle bit of the section, and you can smash those barrels, which there were 2 of them, as well as you would have found a gate that would have a speed boost that you can grab hold of, but also you could just leave it and just walk on and jump on another platform on the left hand side without just smashing the barrels and grabbing the speed boost, because you can just get on there and stay safe. But I did that just to show you they were there, and you can just grab and smash things and then jump on top of the platform where you can get yourself into a higher point and basically destroy Eagle. Also, when I was up there, I was moving around and throwing 2 things, but they were the same thing, which were finisher slots. And what those things could do is knock some bits of health out of Igor. But like I said, With those finisher slots, some enemies' health will go all the way down, but some enemies' health will not go all the way down. Just like eagles, because when you watch the red bar, it doesn't drop that big at all. And it takes half or just a quarter of it to allow health to go down a bit. Not a massive amount, yeah. And then once I finished fighting him, you would have seen a scene that would have Igor bending down, and then eventually he vanished into thin air. So you're wondering, why didn't he die? Or where the fuck did he go? Wow. That's a mystery for you to find out. As well as after he fucked off, you would have saw another scene where you would have found something standing on top of a thing, which would have been a werewolf, as well as you would have saw Van Helsing with his guns, or just one, pointing at it, at the werewolf, and then some wind turned up, and then when it buggered off, the werewolf fucked off. And so that's what happened there. And then before I finished mission 3, that I bought a finisher slot, which has allowed me to have 4, and one was worth 2,500. So I spent 2,500, and that was that. And before I ended the video, I've got one person to read part of mission 4 for you to know what we'd be involved in. And it said, once bitten, a man is no longer a man. Or once bitten is a werewolf is no longer a man. Pretty sure it goes that way. Absolutely sure it does. My memory's not as clear as I'm talking at the same time while I'm thinking of other things. And of course, after that, what the other guy said, was that their name is Prince Velgen, and the man is Prince Velgen. But as he said, once bitten is a werewolf, is no longer a man. So Velgen Prince Velgen is a werewolf, also not as much as a man no more. As well as you're wondering, who is Prince Velgen? Well, Prince Velgen is Anna's brother. As when I ended the mission 2, that Van Helsing had a chat with Anna, and she said about 6 months ago about his brother got bitten by a werewolf. And then she said about a research, and Van Helsing said, where did he do this research? And she said, there, in the library. And so that's where we went on my last recording, and did all that. So, and as well as, like I said, that before I finished the last recording, that we had to follow the werewolf. So that's what we're gonna do. But before I do anything, we want some sound, because you want to hear what goes on. As well as, don't forget, I did say that when you hear this sound, that means enemies are ahead. As well as, what I'm going to do is go back through a couple little bits and pieces to remind you when we continue on. So, first of all, let's make sure the word continue is in white, because you want to press X and continue. But also, as I said before when I pressed X on mission 4, that the gate was smashed. So that's the only way we can go. And also, these skeletons will be a bit more nastier than usual. So keep that in mind, because when you're moving different missions, they will get harder every time. Right, so also you can jump back on this roof if you remember on mission 3, that I jumped on the roof to grab hold of 2 different things. Also, don't move, because there'll be another one, skeleton, from here. Move a bit more closer. There should be another one. But I don't see none. Also, there'll be another load, which will be over here. So, sort them out. Also, that's what the mission 4 will do to the skeletons. They will send a purple thing to hurt you. Much more aggressive than usual in mission 1, 2 and 3. Also, you fucking little shit. Even though I got stuck. So make sure you don't get stuck. Okay. So, also I think the sound's a bit lower than I thought. So I'll put it up a little bit so you can hear. As well as hoping pray that you can hear me. Okay, once again. When that sound drops, there is no more enemies. For now. Right, so once I said before I end the video on mission 4, was that I said about the life increaser when you go through this gate. There would have been a life increaser with a building, with a window or a wooden beam that was in the window, and you had to use a shotgun to blow it off. And if you didn't pick the life increaser up, especially if you didn't know it was there, and you managed to finish mission 3 and you didn't pick it up, and when you say, there was that there, wasn't there? There was a life increaser in there. Oh shit. And you go through the gate, and yeah, you can't go back there. So make sure you grab the life increaser, as well as the most important cheat that was called Plain World that you could get before you go towards Igor, the guy that I took the fair load of his health all the way down and stayed in one piece. So yeah, so make sure you grab that as well before you finish mission 3. But also, once again, when you go down it and you finish mission 3 as well, once again, this door right here, and you would have found a life increaser and a cheat that would have been called Colour Body, and you didn't pick those up, and you say, oh yeah, those are there, aren't they? And you get to mission 4, and you say, oh yeah, it's in there, I better go in there. And when you press triangle, yeah, you can't go back there either. So like I said, if you finish mission 3 and you haven't picked those up, you can't go back to those 2 locations because you're going to have to move on. But as I said before, if you didn't go in this little hole and you didn't pick up the cheat that was called Big MELEE, which is to do with the swords, for them to be a bit more bigger, and you didn't pick that up, you can always pick it up. Doesn't matter if you finished mission 3 or not, it'll be there. But if you already have picked it up, then you'll find something else in there. So you're going to wonder, what is in there? Well, there is a speed boost in there. So you'll find one of those in there. So when you do mission 3, you'll find a weapon on top of it for you to pick up, which will be this lovely thing, where it'll do that. So that's what you'll get in mission 3 when you start mission 3, when you've never been in this area before, and then you'll be up against a load of owls, and you had to get those gone. And then once you did, this gate would have been shut, as well as you would have saw a ghost that would have been called Valerius, and he would have gone straight through it, and then Van Alsen would have tugged the gate and you can open it, and the only way you could open it is to do with getting the weapon with the crossbow. Hold R2 and stand about here. Press the square, and one of those arrows would have hit that circle that statue's holding in his hands, and the gate would have opened. And so yeah, that's how that works to proceed ahead in mission 3. Right, also don't forget, on top of the roof, when you saw me pick up each one of these 2 on mission 3, these are going to be the same thing as before. So I'll put the sound down a little bit as well, just in case. So each one of these 2 you would have picked up in mission 3, they are going to be the same things as they were. So on the right, one further away from the first one on the opposite side, the one closest towards the gate, is a ammo, REPLENISHL, which allows the light blue bar that is by the crossbow and the swords. That thing will allow the light blue bar to go back up to the size that you'll start with in the game, unless you have buyed some ammo increases to allow the thing to be a lot more bigger. But if you haven't, then that's fine. As well as on the opposite side, with this one right here, this one is going to be Life, REPLENISHL, which allows the red bar to be a bit more filled up, just like where my red bar is not as big as you can see at the moment. Because what I can do is get the red bar to be filled up, each one of those 2 black squares that you can see that are available. Because the rest of the black squares on the opposite side, where the weapons are, the red bar can't go any bigger. But speaking of which, if you start the game with the light blue with the size that it's got, the red bar will be the same size. Where you had to find 2 life increases in any mission you want. Because if you pick up 1, it will say first half of 1, and then you have to find another one for each one of those black squares to be filled up in red, unless your health bar is filled up the same size as the blue bar. But if it's gone down, then the red bar won't reach it until you fill it up. Alright. As well as there'll be 5 black squares for the red bar that won't be filled up unless you buy 5 life increases, including 5 ammo increases, because there are 5 black squares for the blue bar to be filled up. So yeah, so this one is a life REPLEN. As I said, it'll top your red bar back up to be a nice size, especially if you took a load of damage and you want it to be bigger, then do that. So you're wondering, all those 3 things I picked up, which is the speed boost, life REPLENISHL, and ammo REPLENISHL, you're wondering, where the fuck are they? Well, you'll find them when you press the start and go into INVENTORY, press X, and then you'll find them in items, where you can find there are 3 life REPLENISHL, 3 ammo REPLENISHL, and 3 speed boosts. Now, each one of those 3, you can only carry 3 of those. Now, if you've got a full set of these 3, as well as if you've got your light blue bar all the way up, do not push the X. The reason why is because you're going to waste it. Alright, so don't do that. But still, if your health is down and you want it to go back up, then just press X and it'll fill up. But I don't need that right now. As well as you've got weapons, moves, and cheats. Now, speaking about cheats, they are basically cheats, but some of them are crap and some of them are perfect. As well as they are really cheating things, but I'm not gonna cheat. But also the 3 I picked up which was this one right here. That's big MELEE, which allows the blades to be a bit more bigger. And one would have been colour body, and the other one was plain world that I picked up. But that is all I'm going to go through right now. Right, so once again, when you've been through this area before and you finish mission that you found these in, which is mission 3, and when you start mission 4, they will return back to where they were. Also, once again, this gate's been smashed from the werewolf that is Velgan. You're also going to use a shotgun to shoot these down. Also, some of these skeletons will bring a bit of wind, bring a bit of air, or steam, pretty sure it's steam, to allow Van Helsing to struggle to see. But as long as you've got your eyes, then you can see everything. Also, when that sound drops again, that says no more enemies. Now, with this thing down here, if you remember, on mission 2, and what I said about when you jump down, you would have found an egg. And I showed you where the egg goes. That will go to a specific thing that will unlock a challenge, which is challenge 4. As well as when you do pick it up, just like I said, with one of the cheats that I showed you that was in the area that had a little gap where I picked up one speed boost from. And so again, if you pick up a cheat from one of those places where you found them, you'll find different things in there. As you can see, this one's got something else instead of an egg. So when you press the triangle, you'll find a speed boost in there. So as I said, if you've got 3 of those, then you can't carry any more. So if you want to use one, then press the start button and go to items and select it. But I'm not going to do that right now. So yeah. Right. So with the life increaser, there is one that I haven't picked up. Like I said, if you was in mission 3, you can always come back for it. So that is what I'm going to do, because there's a specific reason why. As well as there is 1/2. So I'm going to have to find another one in a mission. And so, as I said before, in mission 2, with this door that was blown off, and I said that there was a life increaser and a cheat, and a life increaser would have been on a chimney for you to grab hold of, as well as on the left hand side when you go in that area. You can find a symbol that will allow you to smash, and how to smash it was to use the saws, as well as use the ammo with the light blue bar that goes to the saws. And use the saws, and the way to do it with the ammo, L1 button, push it in for Van Helsing to do that, and then press the circle once, as long as you're standing in the right place, to smash it off, and you would have found a cheat. As well as, once again, if you do not grab the life increaser from the chimney and grab the cheat that was called Ghost Fend, and I did show you what the Ghost Fend does, which I end up coming back in this area to show you what happens to the skeletons, and you saw them, what happens to them when you use Ghost Fend. As well as, once again, if you do not grab those 2 items, life increase on top of the chimney, as well as the cheat from the left hand side for the thing I smashed, and you finish mission 3, especially mission 4, because on mission 3 there was a gate that was shut, as well as on mission 4 you saw the gate that was smashed. So once again, if you don't pick those 2 things up, life increaser and the Ghost Friend cheat, and you go back there and you think, oh fuck, I forgot about that, and you go towards it, there is no time right now, so that means you can't go fucking back there. So make sure you most definitely want to make sure you grab those. But still, if you don't grab any of the ones I've showed you, with similar places where you saw the words that says there is no time right now, you can always just finish the game and then go back into the same areas where you know where they were and you just forgot about them. And you can just grab them when you finish the missions, all of them, and then go back and go and get them when you know where they are. Alright? So yeah, that's another way of doing it. Okay. Also, I just had a hiccup there, but it's buggered off. And so yeah, once that's done, what you want to do next is go back through this gate here that's open for you to walk straight through, because if you remember on mission 2, you'll end up back here and you might remember it. So you've got some more blocks and barrels back in the same place as you saw on mission 2 that I was doing. So they're back for you to smash. Because you'll remember where they are and you know exactly where they are, and you can just go back and smash them with the green god symbol you'll collect, or even the red ones. But as you can see underneath the bottom in the middle where the light blue bar and the red bar is, there's a green god symbol coming in and out with 5,235 sitting in the middle, which is where you can use those to buy things and whenever you want. But the only way of doing it is when you finish a mission, where you can just buy whatever you want. But there's a fair load of things you can buy. Also, you got some barrels and boxes, and also I managed to find a red one. So yeah, sometimes when you're smashing those kind of barrels and stuff, you might get some green or you might get some red. Right, next, when you go down these steps a bit, and you'll find a box back into this place, as well as you can see there's 2 barrels there, as well as something on top of the roof, which is a life increaser. As I said before, when I did mission 2, I showed you there was a life increaser up there, as well as you can come back for it, which is what you can do if you want to grab hold of it. I'm going to leave that right now because there's something coming. Do you know what's coming? If you don't, then you're about to find out. So what you want to do is get the crossbow out, or the shotgun, or the pistols. And with the pistols, don't forget you've got the ammo with the light blue bar you can use, as well as the saws. But don't use that. That's not the good idea. Alright, so when you jump down, yeah, Velgan the werewolf will turn up. There he is, the one and only. As long as you stand out the way, you'll be fine. And also, what's he going to do? Fucking run away. What a wimp. As well as, there's the bridge, if you remember it. So yeah, there's the bridge. And when you start mission 2, you'll be facing the opposite way round. So the camera's turned it the other way around now. So usually, when you start mission 2, the bridge will be up and you'll be facing this way. And we had to pull a lever to bring the bridge down, which would be this lever right here. You have to pull it down with R1 accuracy and triangle if you've got the same setting of the controls I've been using. So before you go through that place where I just showed you, what you want to do is find some more barrels and boxes to smash, and some more. And some more, as well as yeah, make sure you grab that. Because once again, if you don't grab it and you finish mission 4, you can't go back and go and get it. So grab it. As well as, when you grab 2 of them, watch that black square with 2 of them that's there, as well as the symbol that is holding it. And when I let go with L2, it will move. So yeah, that's what happens when you grab 2. That's what will happen. Right, also what you want to do is go back this way. And why? Is because, don't forget, on top of it, I did show you this little thing here. And I said it opens, as well as it's got something in it. And you're probably wondering, how do we open that? As well as, can we open that now? You certainly can now. You can open it. And as well as, remember, with the gate and this statue that you saw with one of those flashy colour things there, with the gate. And the way to open up the gate is the thing that you would always need to open up this thing. So, the crossbow is the thing you needed, because on mission 2, you would have got the crossbow otherwise. So you're going to need the crossbow now. And once again, hold R1, push square, and fire an arrow into that statue's hand with that circle thing. And then it will open up with a cheat. There you go. How about that? So you wonder, what does the cheat do? And which one is it? Like I said, whenever I find one, I'll let you know which one it is, as well as show you what it does. So, you wonder, what is it then? So, when you pick up one, press the start, go into INVENTORY, and press X. And then, when you pick up one, you can do the easy way by pushing L3 towards the left once, or use the left D-pad button once, or you can do the awkward way, is push the right D-pad button 3 times, or push L3 towards the right 3 times. But do it the easy way, push L3 towards the left, or use the left D-pad button. Okay, so now with the cheats, there are 24 in total. Now, there is one cheat that you can't grab hold of unless you keep one simple thing that Van Alison really likes a lot, which I'm not going to tell you right now. As well as, there's another cheat. You're going to have to do the game on hard difficulty to get hold of it. But once again, I'm not going to tell you which one it is, because I haven't done it on hard difficulty yet, because I'm on medium. As well as, there are 5 other cheats you can get hold of, unless you complete one of the 5 challenges that you can do. And the cheats will be either DWERGER skin, another one will be WRAITH skin, another one will be ARCHANGEL skin, another one will be GARCOYLE skin, and another one will be Phil skin with FELE skin. For each one of the 5 challenges, I will not tell you which one they will be unless I complete one. But also, I did show you what you can get if you complete every challenge without going through a purple thing that will take you straight back out to an area where you came from when you put an egg into a specific thing to unlock it. So we're going to leave that right now. But the cheat that you will find out which one I have picked up just now will be this one right here, which is TRANSLUCENT fend. So this is going to do something to your enemies. As well as, I'm going to press X and make sure a word that will have its word in white as well have a box right beside the name of it. So if you haven't picked up a specific one that you haven't got yet, then you're going to need to find it. So yeah. Right, so this cheat will do something to your enemies. And you're about to find out sooner or later. Right, so don't forget I did do a cheat, but I haven't completed it just yet. But also just noticed the barrel, so I'm going to go for that first. But I'm not sure if I can get it from here. Unless I do a jump and a circle together. But it's not going my way, so I'm going to say fuck it. Forget it. Forget it. Okay, so the cheat. That was another 2 barrels. Hold on. As well as a box. I can get those smashed. Let's do that now. As well as underneath the red bar that you can see, there are 4 yellow things sitting there. Now what these are finisher slots, which will allow some enemies' health will go all the way down and some enemies' health will not go all the way down. Okay, and the way to do that is hold R1, which is the accuracy, and then push the R2 just once, and then Thanos will throw one of those. Okay. Okay, so the cheat or challenge would be in here. And challenge is challenge for the maze. For you to unlock if you got a specific thing to unlock it. As well as once before, there are 5 of them scattered around anywhere, and they are going to be the same thing as this. But you just got to find the other 4. As well as hopefully you will have something to unlock it. As well as I was going to hope and pray there will be some skeletons or something I can kill to get some green or get my health to go up a bit more back to where it was. But looks like I'm not going to get it. Right. Now then. If you remember, on mission 1, this will lead back to the same location before you get to mission 2 that will start from over here. Because that's the only way you can do a good continue on mission 4. Yeah, can you remember this location? I hope you can. But also when you move a couple of inches, but also the camera has gone the opposite way round, as you can see. So you have to push L3 down, so the camera's done it the opposite way round than on mission 1, because it was facing the other way. So that's the problem now. But once again, if you move a couple of inches, eventually, ta-da! Velgan the werewolf will turn up. As you can see his name, Velgan. Also what I'm going to do is do a couple of jumps and let you know what that cheat is done, what I picked up. So I'm going to try and fucking stay in one piece. So yeah, look at him now. Look at the state of him. Look at him. Also there's some vases. Also, as you can see, there's a red colour there. When that's there, it says you can't go that way because you're in danger. And also he fell out towards there and he fucking runs off again. Right, don't forget, if you took some damage, make sure there's some red God symbol for you to pick up, as well as some green. But also, as you heard a smash with a vase that Felgen's done, you can do exactly the same. So I'll tell you what, we'll do it, eh? It's nothing to do with me. Of course it's something to do with me. I'm the one fucking smashing them. But even though, if you've been in someone's house or your house with mum's vases with a load of flowers and they see you smash it, all you have to do is fucking pay for it. But as we're on a PS4 or a console, then have fucking fun smashing it. But still, it must be fucking expensive. Must be about £50,000. Oh dear. Oh, no, 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 no. That can't be right. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, that's not good, is it? Oh. And now, once you do that, that is your fun over. So there's no more smashing vases for me. But also, when you go to it, you'll find nothing. But also, when you push the triangle, this will pop up though. This thing, with all these words here, but it's not going to do nothing. So don't worry about that, but there is something over there, just to remind you, if you have never ever seen it before. Once again, if you go this way, this is going to take us to a similar location on mission 1. As well as, once again, the camera is going to go the opposite way around again. But it should be the same when you're doing mission 1 anyway. Also, you might want to use the shotgun again. As well as, I'm going to keep the cheat on again, just to remind you what it does to the enemies. Also, there you go, there's one. And what these are stone flying vampires. But they don't look like stone to me, do they? So yeah, that's what the cheat does. Also, I was going to try and pull one of those towards me. For some stupid reason. And I'm dead. And so when you die, the cheat will be turned off automatically. And you'll be going back to the start from where you just come from, a location that you were before. Okay, so there's that. And so, what I'm going to do is get the cheat back on for a moment to give you another couple of looks at what the cheat does again. And then let you see. Oh, well, I've got the wrong weapon on because that's not going to work. Yeah, pistols or the shotgun with these things will work. So yeah, if you look closely at them, they're pretty much see-through. Also, once again, if you stand close to them, they fall on their backside and they can't get up. Also, what you want to do is dodge around the place, but with those spitty things they do, just move to one side and you'll avoid it. And you'll be fine. Right, now, you'll find a barrel, two barrels and one box. Box here and 2 barrels. Once again, the sound will drop, as well as over here. On mission 1, you're usually coming from that way, this way like this. But now you can't go back there, as well as the camera's turned around the other way. Still, a little bit. So now this time what you're going to have to do is go this way instead. Because Valgan has smashed it. So we can go through that way now. Also, a barrel. And 2 of these little stone vampires. Even though they're see-through, because that's what the sheet does. As soon as they're I will turn it off. So make sure you have a good look before changing mind to switch it. As well as that one's going to be red, so that's fantastic. Also, you've got some more barrels and boxes back here, if you remember, on mission 1. You missed. You missed. Also, you're smashing the barrels and boxes for me. How nice. Also, if you want to go for a different one, let go of R1 and push it in again, and then you will good. Also, some more boxes and some more barrels to smash, as well as my red bar is filled up, so make sure you get some red god symbols and some more. As well as, once again, this thing, if you remember, that there is a ammo, R-E-P-L-E-N-I-S-H-A-E-R, as well as, usually, as I said before, that when I played this a few years back, there was a life increaser. But when once upon a time, what I said about when it was a couple of years later, or after, and I thought I'll play it again, and I know where the life increaser is, and go back in this area, and then, oh, where's it fucking gone? Right, okay, so if it's not there, where the fuck is it? As well as, is there a glitch in it? To say, we'll keep it there for a little while, and then we'll fucking move it. Which is what it's done. But if you had this problem before, you know exactly now why. But there is the problem for you to know about, okay? So yeah. Right, so what there is a ammo R-E-P-L-E-N-I-S-H for your light blue bar to go back up, as well as if you got 3 of those, as you just saw, Fanarson says I can't carry any more. So yeah, if you use 2 or you've only got 1, you can pick it up from there. But as that's been dealt with, we are going to leave that right now. As well as, once again, you're going to need your crossbow, or you can get your shotgun out. And when you move ahead, yeah, Vargan Werewolf's back again. And there he is. As well as the cheat, don't forget, I've kept on. We'll make him look like that. Pretty much see-through. And what he's going to do is howl his way through. As well as what I'm going to do is allow you to know what the crossbow arrows are going to look like when they go in. Which is what the cheat will do, is allow you to see the arrows, or the needles, or whatever they are. So yeah, there's that. So that is it for that cheat for today, and for a long while, because I am not cheating. Or I shouldn't be cheating, but I was just doing that to show you what it does. Exactly. So now once you haven't got it on, or if you haven't ever found it, what will happen is Velgan will not have those needles or arrows, and they won't be there. Also, something's fallen off, which I had a gut feeling what might happen. So, if it falls off, you better find it. Also, when he howls like that, you've got a good chance of finding it. Also, I can't fucking find it, so I have to be very careful. Because if I knock his health all the way down, then there's a problem. Right, don't forget the barrels and boxes are back in the same location place where you found them in mission 1. Also, don't forget you can get him to smash them for you, as well as if you smash them, you might want to hope and pray there's some red. God symbol. Fucking how? Oh, there it is. Ah, managed to spot it, or just about caught it in the right space to pick it up. So yeah, make sure you do that, because otherwise you won't be getting something that you really want. Oh, stop fucking kicking my fucking ass. Otherwise I'll kick you in the fucking arse with the ammo. And so yeah, you can do that to help you to stay alive, instead of using a life R-E-P-L-E-N-I-S-H. And Vargan the werewolf is fucked off, and he's a man. Which is Vargan himself is a prince, but he's not prince no more.
Run! Run for your life while you still can!
I run from no one.
Then kill me, please, before I kill you.
I'm a monster hunter, not a murderer.
Van Helsing, I think you might be telling porky pies, don't you think? As well as he said.
Like I said, a monster hunter.
No!
Oh dear. Anna's not happy. Oh dear.
Just whose side are you on, anyway?
My family's side.
That was him, wasn't it? The one who was bitten.
Yes.
He's not your brother anymore, Anna. He's not the brother you once knew and loved.
That's not true.
Anna,
They say Dracula has a cure.
rumors, lies, you can't believe them.
I must believe them. If there's a chance to save him, any chance at all, I must.
Oh, she's fucking pissed off, isn't she? Right. Well, as you heard Felgen say, there's only one monster in this country. What he's on about is Dracula. That's who he's confirming to. If you know Dracula, that's fantastic. But if you don't, then that's alright. As well as possibly you're about to find out who Dracula is. That's all I'm going to get to right now. As well as you're wondering, how does a man turn into a werewolf and a werewolf would disappear to turn into a man? Well, in the film, when the moon rises and you've already been bitten by a werewolf, you'll become one. But when the moon disappears, you'll turn into a person. And so that's what happens there. As well as when you heard Van Helsing says, I'm not a murderer. Well, he's been murdering a lot of people, hasn't he? Or a load of enemies. But it's me that's been doing the job. So I'm a murderer now. Oh dear. Well, no, not really a murderer with a load of guns and freaking loads of weapons like knives, for example, and going down the street and stabbing people with. Then yeah, you can be a murderer as well as get banged up in the jail for freaking doing all knife crimes and everything else. Okay, so that's all that. So, right, next of all, you have got mission 4 completed, as well as grabbing a couple of bits and pieces, as well. I hope you understand a couple of things. So, we have got 29 minutes and 27 seconds done that took me to get mission 4 done. Best kills, I've done 10. Shots fired with the pistols, the shotgun, and a crossbow, which is why it's saying shots fired. We've got 319, and we've got MELEE hits, which is to do with the swords and how many times you whack enemies with those. I haven't done none on enemies, so there's a 0 on it. Damage taken, which is the enemies that attack you with, like punching you or either doing other things. We've got 166 part, which has also got GLYPHS, and what that is confirmed to is the green God symbol that you will pick up, and however how many you pick up. Every time when you're picking up a certain amount, the numbers will go up unless you buy some things. As well as we have got finished with hat on. Absolutely, with a great big tick with saying yes, or just saying yes with a YES on it, which is what you're gonna need on every mission, because otherwise you won't be getting something special. So keep in mind. And last of all, Emmy's killed, and how many I've done. We've only managed to do 24, which is not too bad. Okay, so you got armory and continue. Now, if you want to continue, make sure continue word is in white, but we are not going to do that right now, because we're going to go in armory, because I'm going to explain a couple of things. Now, if you look closely, there is a couple of things that are in white, and some of them are darker. Well, I'll get to that very, very, very soon. Now, on the top of the list is life increaser that is up to 1,000, as well as this thing will allow your health bar to be even bigger. But I'm not going to say anything else apart from that, because next of all, you've got a word that is darker than that, which is life, REPLENISHL, as well as this thing can allow you to top your health bar back up to the size you did have, unless you find some life increases around the missions, which I have done lately, for 3 black squares to be filled up in red. Unless you just find some red god symbols or either finish a mission for it to go back up again. As well as the reason why that is darker than the life increaser is because I've got 3 of those. So if you got 3, you don't have to buy 500. But also if you haven't got none and you finish a mission, you can buy one for 500. Or you can buy 2 to have just an extra one to stay alive up against some enemies that are stronger than you. To knock your health down without knocking their health down. As well as you can only carry 3. So that's why that's dark. Then that. Also you got another thing that is next is ammo increaser. That is 1000, just like the life increaser. Now, first of all, with the ammo increaser, this thing will top up your light blue bar. As well as the life increaser will allow the red bar to be filled up a little bit more bigger. As well as, once again, with these increases, life and ammo, they are both 1000 at the moment. But still, there will be 5 you can buy with one of those 2, whichever ones you want. As well as the prices will go up every time when you're buying one of those 2. So you wonder what is the prices for those 2. Well, 1000 as you can see. Another one will be 1500. Another one will be 2000. Another one will be 2500. And another one will be 3000. So each one you buy, 500 will go on top of each one of those. As well as you can buy 5 of those, whatever you want and however you want. So be very, very careful with the prices with those things. So, yep. So when you're buying one of the black squares will be filled up in blue or red, whichever one you use, life or ammo. So that's how that works. But like I said, with the ammo increaser, there are 5 black squares. That involves you buying 5 of these ammo increases whenever you want and however you want. But with the life increases, you can buy 5, but 5 black squares will be filled up in red. But with the rest of them, you have to find rest of the life increases by basically finding one and then finding another one, and then one of the black squares will be filled up in red. So that's how that works. Next of all, you got the next one that will be ammo increase. Sorry, start again. So the next one down underneath the ammo increaser is going to be ammo, REPLENISHER. There's 500. As you can see, this one's dark, just like the life one is. As well as this thing will allow your light blue bar to be filled back up again to the size that you had, or if you had some more when you've already brought 1 or 2 ammo increases. I haven't done that, so it's going to be still the same size. So once again, when you're using one of these, it will top the light blue bar back up, as well as if you haven't got 3, as I have, then I can't buy any of these for 500. As well as you can have 3 of those whenever you want and however you want. It's all down to you. And also next of all is speed boost that is up to 800. As well as, once again, you can only have 3 of these, just like the ammo and the life. You can only carry 3 of each one of those. Also, you're probably wondering why the fuck is speed boost up to 800? Well, you've got 20 seconds for running fast, which is why the speed's right beside boost in it. As well as, like I said, you've got 20 seconds where you can run fast, as well as allow the weapons to go fast, like the shotgun, the crossbow, and the pistols, to do a great deal of freaking damage if you're using the ammo on the pistols, of course. As well as you can get the weapons to just go bang, 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 bang all the time. But as I said, there's 20 seconds, so use that wisely if you quite enjoy it. for all that kind of fantastic stuff you can do with those weapons, including the swords, of course. As well as if you've got loads of enemies or something freaking much more big than you and you're freaking yourself out a bit, then use one of those to give you some more space to run around. And if you've got a circle or a square with about 15 centimeters and another centimeters long from either side, and you haven't got enough space to run around in, well, you might as well use it. Next of all, you've got dodge fire. That's 1,500, which is for the pistols and the shotgun and the crossbow. Now, when you pay for this, which is worth 1,500, you can dodge and fire, as it says. And what will happen if you pay for it? The pistols, shotgun, and the crossbow will fire 2 times when you dodge around the place. Now, the way to do that, hold R1, which is the accuracy that you're always going to need, especially if you're using whichever weapon. So you can just shoot your enemies, whichever ones it is, and the guns and all the other weapons will do just that. So the other way is the perfect way to do it with the dodge fire, as well as what it will do. Like I said, it will go bang bang, 2 bangs, and how to do that is hold R1, which is actually keep the square button pushed in for the weapons to keep firing. And the only other way to make 2 bangs go out of each one of those 3 weapons, as I have read, what you've got to do is push X with L3 towards the left or right, as well as with the square button pushed in. And then when you push L3 towards the left or right, you can make Thanos and roll towards the left or right, whichever direction. And then the guns will go bang bang. Also, you can push L3 down if you want to do a back roll, if you want. As well as when you do a back roll, it will do the same thing. Bang, bang. And so yeah, that's 1,500 if you fancy it. Next rule, you've got a grapple strike. Now, what this is the hook thing where you can pull yourself across towards one side or swing across somewhere. But also it's 500, which will also be a bit more sharper to hurt enemies with. How about that? So you can hurt enemies with that thing. Next of all, you've got Grand Strike that is next, which is to do with swords, and it is 1,500. As well as it's asking hold R1, which is the accuracy, which is always what you're going to need, and push up, and what it's converted to is L3 up. And then it will also do and perform a MELEE attack, which is basically allows the swords to attack, and of course to strike and pop, and sometimes pop enemies that have fallen on the ground. So that's what I can do with the swords if you buy it. Next we've got 2 Joe fart. There's 2,000, as well as it's for the swords again. Hold your 2 Joe attack to flying your 2 Joe BLADES at opponents. Pretty sure that's what OPPONENTS is spelled to be. So yeah, it's 2,000 if you want it. Next one you've got air hop is 1,000, and then also it's for the swords again. After holding the air strike attack button, which is the circle button you're going to have to hold in, to rise into the air, press a DIRECTION, whatever it's supposed to be as well, and tap X to jump on thin air, which is what 1,000 can do. With that, also you've got another weapon, which is the name for it is SCIMITARS, as well as it can do some swinging action. It is 1,000, but also what you're going to need to do first, as it says, after a Grand Strike, so you have to pay for Grand Strike first, it'll be 1,500, and then hold R1 with the accuracy, push forward with L3 up, which is what it's asking, and attack with the weapons, as it's got the name of it, with SCIMITARS, to perform a spinning. So you can make the weapons spin, as it says, spinning on it. And of course, the name of the weapons, as well as when you pay for it, you can attack enemies with it, as it's got the name of it, of the weapon, with SCIMITAR, as well as right beside it, underneath all the weapon, all the words in there, attack word is right beside it. And so yeah, you can attack enemies with this weapon. Next of all, you've got the swords again, and the name of it, MELEE. Of course, it's got explosion right beside it. I'm pretty sure that's what EXPLOSION is spelled to be. And of course, it is 2,000. So yeah, it's expensive, so be very, very careful what you do with that. As well as what it can do is a ring of ice or fire explodes. I'm pretty sure that's what EXPLODES is spelled to be. From the last hit of your ALTERNATE, what that spells to be. And also ammo, which is the light blue bar you're going to need. And the name of the swords or blades, it's got MELEE, as well as combos, so you can do some combos with that, which is basically on your enemies, as well as where you're going to have the ice and fire on it, which is what it's confirmed to, I think. As well as last of all of the list is finisher slots, that is for you to grab hold of, as well as once again, these things will knock some enemies' health all the way down, but some enemies' health will not go all the way down. As well as you will start with 3 of those, and also you can buy 2 of these. But on my last recording, I brought one that was 2,500, as well as that will be your 4th one, and also you can buy another one, which will allow you to have 5 in total. As you can see, the last one I'm reading, one of them is 3,500, so there's one more for me to buy if I want it. Right, so we will be going on mission 5. So, if I were you, what you can do, you probably might want to buy 1 ammo increaser, or buy dodge fart. That's another option you can do. But also you could buy a life increaser if you want to. There's those options for you. Or you can buy a finisher slot as well that can help you. But like I said, you can buy one for 2,500 if you want. But it depends on how many god symbols you've got in total, because I've only got 6,038. So I'm going to be very, very careful. But I'm going to pay for dodge fob for 1,500 for the pistols and the shotgun and the crossbow. And when you do, it will say sold out. So that is it. I can't buy it anymore. So yeah, when you pay for it, that's what will happen. All right. Also, probably I would go and grab the grapple strike. Grapple strike for 500 for the grapple hook thing to be a bit more sharper if you want it, because it is quite cheap for 500 if you want it. But do I want it now or do I leave it? I think I could just leave it as it is. I'll tell you what, fuck it, I'll grab this as well, because it is 3,500, as well as it is tempting me. I don't think I fucking should. Or should I just grab one of the ammo increases? But like I say, if you've got less than me, then just save it until you get a higher amount, and just do it that way. Okay, like I said, do it whenever you want, it's not a problem. So for now, I would said we will leave it. Why not? Okay, so once again, once you're done, make sure continue word is in white, and then press X, and then once I've done that, you'll be hearing some more words from Mission 5. Here we go. Mission 5 it is.
The Castle Frankenstein is the place where you will learn of Dracula's greatest ambitions. Do not fear, my son. Climb its highest tower. Discover what he uses to power his experiment.
The Castle Frankenstein is the place where you will learn of Dracula's great ambitions. So you're probably wondering what is Dracula's great ambitions, as well as you've probably already sussed out what you're going to have to do in Mission 5. Yeah. Meet Dracula. So that's what we'll be doing next time. As well as, of course, as it says, climb his tallest tower and discover how he uses his experiments. So yeah, we've got some climbing to do as well. Right, so once again, before we end the video, I'm going to press X and then show you some bits. Yeah, this gate that was on mission 1 has been smashed. Also I can push L1 to stop the light blue bar to run out. And so yeah, that is the direction that we have to go next time. So I hope you've enjoyed the journey of what has been going on. And I hope this helps, and I shall catch you on the next one soon. Take care.